How's it going, world? Hope you're well, hope you're safe, hope you've had a great day. I've had a brilliant day. The team is growing and I'm going to have more updates coming for you a lot more regularly as well. So keep an eye out, follow me on all social media platforms, and welcome back to the Rules of Thinking with Richard Templar. So yesterday we went over rule number 16, better out than in. Now, there are millions of different coping mechanisms, for all sorts of different situations, environments and circumstances, okay? So you need to find out the coping mechanisms that work for you specifically in those different environments, circumstances and situations, What works for you might not necessarily work for your mate, It might not work for somebody else. Like, we're all individuals, We're all born unique. We're all different. So you need to find what works for you. It exists, that's a guarantee, You just need to keep looking until you find it. And once you do find it, you need to then level up yourself and remember to actually use those coping mechanisms at the right time, at the right place, And there can be all sorts. You can, like, a way to release could be to go train, go work out. It could be to write something, whether it's a story, a journal entry, a song, a poem, a rap. Like, you could make music, like shoot a film. Just, you need to find a way to release, It's the healthiest thing for you, okay? So now that we've said that, let's go to rule number 17. Cut yourself some slack. Let's see what you've got to tell us today, Richard. So, let's try a couple of quiz questions, okay? 1. You have invited several people for a meal. You put lots of effort into cooking a complicated dish. Unfortunately, it spends too long in the oven. It's fine, but not as good as you'd planned. Do you think A, who cares? It's the people that matter and they've all had a good time. B, I should have set a timer. I must practice cooking it before I serve it up again. C, I'm useless at cooking. I don't know why I bothered. I'm not going to lie, I'm genuinely of the opinion of A. Who cares? It's the people that matter and they've all had a good time. What are your responses to that one? Let me know in the comments, Question number 2. You apply for a new job and you don't get it. Do you think A, that's a shame, but I'll find something else. I'll get some feedback and incorporate it into my next application. B, it's my own fault. I messed up the interview. I'll research the company better next time. C, I'm just not good enough to do the job. Again, my answer's A. Like, there's always another job out there. There's plenty more fish in the sea. That's how the saying goes. Like, it's one job. There's hundreds out there. If necessary, I'll get another one. That's fine. Okay, cool. What are your answers? Be honest now. Let me know. So, I imagine you can see where I'm going here. If you answered A, I did, you're pretty resilient. Thanks, Richard. And recognise that life doesn't go perfectly every time, and that doesn't have to be your fault. That's right. You're not giving up or being lazy. You're just being realistic. Yes! Yes, then! Who wants to say I'm not realistic anymore? Come at me, bruv. The B answers are a bit less forgiving, but crucially, you're only criticising yourself for this specific thing. You're setting yourself an achievable target for next time. If you answered C, you have taken one setback and seen it as a damning indictment of your whole self as a cook, an employee, or whatever. You have used it to reinforce your feelings of inadequacy and failure. For goodness sake, you just left the food in the oven for a few minutes too long, and you have no idea how well qualified the competition was for the job. Resilient people know how to be kind to themselves. How much do I talk about being kind to yourself? You've got to be kind to yourself. Trust me, I know what I'm on about, Just because I've not written it in a book, and also remember, don't trust everything just because it's written down. Always do your homework, research. But 2 sources are telling you, be kind to yourself, okay? I'm sure there's plenty more sources out there as well. This isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's just an understanding that self-criticism isn't helpful. Recognising where you went wrong, if you even did, is simply a practical pointer for next time. not a reason to beat yourself up. Those B answers have a hint of unhelpful self-blame to them. Should have, my fault. But at least it only relates to the mistake in question. And we all do it occasionally. That is true. I do that. I do that. If you're prone to the C way of thinking, you could aim for B thoughts before you move on to mostly A's. Just don't beat yourself up if you catch yourself having C thoughts. Okay? Listen, sometimes, often, good enough is just fine. I don't know, Richard. I don't know. I think like if we're capable of exceptional, we should always strive for exceptional. We can't all be brilliant at everything, and we don't have to try. Think how bad it would make everyone else feel. You can see how if every tiny setback knocks your whole perception of yourself, it's going to be harder to recover than if each individual setback is self-contained and doesn't spread ripples throughout your whole sense of self. So when something doesn't go the way you want it to, forgive yourself and recognize that it doesn't have anything to say about who you are. The moral of the story, sometimes, often, good enough is just fine. I don't know. My inner perfectionist doesn't like that moral of the story. I'm sorry, Richard. But that's me, and that's my inner perfectionist. What are your thoughts and interpretations? Yeah? Let me know in the comments. Share it with anyone you think could find it useful. And if there's anything you struggle with, reach out. I got you. All right? Cheers. Take care. Catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.